Hello everybody, my name is Connor and I am here with Pudding versus Marco. I really like the Marco deck. I'm having fun, but I did get an opportunity to play a Pudding game, and I think I'm gonna play a couple Pudding matches this week. But we are gonna go over this Marco game. This is probably the best game we played all tournament. It was a bit of a rough one, but my opponent goes ahead, does the Pudding search, and I go ahead and leader ability turn 1. I want that rush ace. I go ahead and put Otama at the bottom. I'm a little concerned about it, but I do feel like I'm valuing the rush ace more right now. In the Newgate, I want to keep Newgate, and I don't feel like putting it at the top. So my opponent goes ahead and swings 7, ramping, and you can see they've got the Capone in life. Great place for the Capone. First off, Altar Capone, beautiful card. We take our life, and it is the 5-cost Marco. They play out the Pudding, and I think they whiff if I'm not mistaken. And we grab another Marco off the top of our deck. Marco loves us, which is great. Love that for me. But we go ahead and leader ability, and I go ahead and put one of the Marcos at the bottom. And at this point, I go ahead and swing 6, and I think I am just gonna drop the Dofi blocker. They really only have potentially, I think at most, 2 swings next round. So, and that is if they decide to put some down on Pudding. And our Dofi blocker, I'm not feeling it, so I send it all to the bottom. As nice as it would be to get the Fire Fist, I am looking for Sanji at this point in the game. I have Newgate, I want Sanji. And we're at what, 4 Dawn right now? So not seeing a Sanji in any of those 5 cards, kind of tough. But our opponent plays down the Miss all Sunday, ramping a Dawn active, and I think drawing a card if I remember correctly. They go ahead and swing 6, and I decide to just 2k out, get to keep my Dofi blocker, up, and yeah. And speaking of Dofi blocker, I've been saying that I am gonna play a really off-meta deck if we get to 5,500 subs. There is my Sanji. There he is. Thank goodness. So it's good we see him. But I just finished Dressrosa, and I love Rosinante, and I really want to try the Rosinante deck. So if you got some sauce, let me know. We go ahead and we miss all Sunday, making our 3k. We swing 6, just trying to get some cards out of him. We figure either he's gonna, hit us with the Capone or what, and we end up playing down Marco to pop the miss all Sunday. I honestly really like that. That felt really nice. Kind of putting him in the spot where all he has to swing is his leader. Unless he wants to throw some Dawn on some other characters. But yes, if we hit 500 subs, I will play for at least a tournament, if not an entire week, a super off-meta weird-ass deck. And I am thinking about Rosinante, but my opponent does drop I believe that's called Conquest of the Sea, a new event in this set. Pretty solid event. Bottom decks 6 costs or less, I believe. And then swings pretty big here, and I do go ahead and counter out of it. I am expecting 10-drop Mom, so I'm trying to stay as healthy as I can. And since our board is clear and we are at 8 Dawn, I'm feeling like this is a good turn. I'm counting my Dawn, making sure. I'm feeling like this is actually a really good turn to drop the Rush Ace. And we do get Red Rock off of the Marco ability, and in all honesty, I do want to keep Red Rock. It's a little bit of a brick in my hand right now, but we are approaching the 10 Dawn turn. So we go ahead and swing 6, and they end up taking, which is great for me, because the Capone doesn't get to do much, and we drop that Rush Ace, which I love Rush Ace. And then we go ahead and pass turn, and I am a little worried at this moment because, we only have 1k counter in hand, and I I thought my opponent was at 10 Dawn, but he is not. So he ends up playing Big Mom, and this is a little bit of a confusion. He's at 9 Dawn, he minuses the Dawn, and he says he's gonna put Ace in life, and you know, I was like, wait, I thought it was a 6 cost, and he's like, oh shit, it is, my bad. And you know, I gave him the opportunity. This is locals, round 1. I'm like, do you want to take it back, dude? Like, I don't mind. And he was like, no, it's really the only thing I got. So he goes ahead, swings 5, and I counter out 1, but that's a big body on board, so that's definitely pretty stressful. And one thing I really have noticed about Rush Ace, which I think is really nice, if they don't have a way to deal with him, this 9 Dawn turn, he becomes the lesser target, but he hits hard. So we get another Rush Ace, which is great, and I am like, okay, do I put Rush Ace on the top, and do we go for game? And I'm like, no, like, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm putting Newgate. I swing this 7, and my opponent goes ahead and takes it. We tap the 9. We play the Sanji into Newgate, which is a absolutely filthy combo. And I know I mentioned in my earlier videos, I was like, oh, I think this gets dropped when the starter deck comes out. I don't think it does. We end up swinging 8, and he takes opponent at 0 life now. And he does have his 10 Dawn, though, so I am first off getting my dice, and I realize I left poor Chip in there. Poor Chip. But I am getting my dice, buffing, you know, making sure that I have that visual reminder that my opponent, that I am at 7, because I forgot about that a lot, which is embarrassing more than anything. But 10 Dawn turn, and it's time to figure out what to do here, and you can see I was expecting the 10 Mom, but he ends up playing Rush Ace, and I'm like, oh, okay. So he swings the Ace into Ace, a little Ace on Ace violence, and we end up letting Ace go. We take the Big Mom hit, and he ends up passing turn, not swinging leader. I'm not sure if he just forgot or if that was a tactical choice. I go ahead, I play out the leader ability, hoping for a Sanji, but we don't get another Sanji. And I do think about putting Red Rock at the bottom, and I decide I want to put Pilaf up top. I minus the Lin by 2k, making it a, what is she, 7k body. And I realize my dice are out, so I'm like, oh, my bad, dude. And I'm trying to decide if I play it, you know, how safe do I play this? Do I go for game? Do I play it safe and clear board? And with the track record I have of going for game, like, I'm thinking about it, and then I look at his hand, and I don't know if you guys can tell, he has a lot of cards in his hand. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll play it safe. I swing into 9 Mom, and he ends up letting it go, and then I tap 6 to Red Rock the Ace, to bottom deck the Ace there, and I swing 7 into lead. Still, we have Newgate, and I'm trying to decide, do I want to swing 10 into lead here? And I do. He takes, and we end up tapping 3, playing the Dofi, and drawing to sort my deck, trying to see if I have maybe another Newgate or a Sanji or something that I would want to use. And I do have Newgate, and I'm torn between putting Newgate on top or, you know, using Pilaf to draw into a Newgate. But I'm thinking with Newgate, there's a chance, depending, I can do okay here. So now my opponent has basically no board except for 2 Charlotte Pudding, not Linlins, and they have to swing into 2 large bodies, and I do have 2k counter and a blocker. I think I know my opponent does play Conquest of the Sea, so there's a chance that he could get rid of Dofi, but for 6 Dawn, I don't feel like getting rid of just Dofi is worth it. So he's going ahead, sorting out his Dawn to see what he can do here. And he taps 1, plays the, we're going to find the One Piece Searcher, he's looking for something. And I think he potentially, I know he whiffs at least one of his hits. He gets the Katakuri, which is honestly a solid card, but at this point I think it is just a 1k in his hand. Pretty unfortunate that he wasn't able to grab anything higher than a 1k, but understandable. I feel like the pudding deck does have a chance to brick a little bit here, so sorting out his Dawn, trying to think of the best option, and I am nervous. I have 2 life, but I'm worried that he could have something to heal himself. I'm just kind of checking my trash to see what I can do, and I do realize at this moment that I could have kept Marco on the board when he played Conquest of the Sea, and he ends up just swinging massive into Newgate, and interestingly enough, I let Newgate go thinking like I gotta save my life here, and with the amount of cards he has in hand, I think that there's a chance I could go for game, or I could drop another Newgate. I leader ability, just keeping the Dawn that was there on, and I think I go ahead and put Newgate on top, because I'm like, okay, I don't think playing Newgate is the play. I think I just kind of gotta sort my Dawn out. So I go ahead and swing 9 at lead. Granted, I really, like, looking back, I don't know why I didn't use my blocker to keep my Newgate up, but he ends up using 0 cost event and 2Ks, and I swing the 8, and he is just bricked, so we do end up getting the win there. Pretty fun game to play, definitely. Seeing that Sanji was what I needed. He did say himself, like, what really did it was the Sanji Newgate. It gets a lot of pressure on board. I do also feel like having the swinging into the Sanji Newgate and then the Marco ability to get rid of the Lin and then the Red Rock, I think that really helped as well. So yeah, overall pretty pleased with that game. I don't know if we're gonna be talking about any more of the games in this tournament, because it went downhill from here. So but tomorrow we are doing the Iron Man challenge. We have Ivankov as our leader, and that should be a video for sure. But I'll go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, hit that like button down below. Helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new. Once again, if we hit 500 subs, I will play the most off-meta weird shit you guys want to see me play. Well, maybe not weird shit. I want something off-meta that we can cook with. But yeah, I'll wrap it up here. See you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.